Throughout our lives, we risk damaging our metabolism, and this is due to several different factors, such as overweight, stress, plain laziness, or simply due to our age. But this is why in this video we're going to see ways that can help us repair a damaged metabolism. Most of the damages to our metabolism are categorized by a common symptom, and this is the lack of energy. We can even experience chills or changes in body temperature. I will mention several things that can help you with your metabolism, and I just want to mention that it's not necessary to do all of them. Simply apply those that you believe are more related to you, and therefore be able to increase your energy levels and have a healthy metabolism. One of the first organs that seem to be affected from the beginning is the thyroid gland, and this can happen either due to our job, the amount of stress that we're going through, or simply because we ate lots of junk food for years. And I've made a few videos on this topic that go into detail, but to put it simply, whenever we have a problem with our metabolism, we can experience low levels of energy. We can easily gain weight, and this is because it depends on the thyroid gland. This gland needs certain nutrients so it can manufacture the hormones. And if you don't have it, it won't manufacture or it won't produce any of them. The nutrients that I'm referring to are iodine, the amino acid tyrosine, selenium, and sodium. These nutrients are fundamental ingredients to make the thyroid hormone, selenium being an essential mineral that's necessary for the conversion of T4 to T3, which is one of the most active forms of the thyroid hormones that's used throughout the body. This hormone is also one that has a great effect over our metabolism. This is not something to be taken lightly because we're talking about hormones that affect all the cells throughout the body. Another aspect is the amount of chromium. Chromium is a mineral that helps the activity of the cell receptors and be able to balance the glucose that's in our blood. This reduces the amount of insulin and also helping you to have more available energy. This is one of the reasons why chromium, specifically chromium picolinate, is used to help with insulin resistance and at the same time with your metabolism. Spicy foods are another thing that are helpful because they can slightly increase your body temperature, as you may have already experienced. Cayenne pepper can help you to accelerate your metabolism and even your dopamine levels. This is really good, and not so much because of the speed of your metabolism, but because of the increase in dopamine, which is necessary to help you to say no to things that you know you shouldn't be eating in the first place. Think of dopamine as an essential substance that helps you with your habits. Another substance is apple cider vinegar, and you can use apple cider vinegar to regulate and increase oxidation of fatty acids. This is an important process for burning body fat, but also to use fat as a source of energy. Much of our metabolism is determined by our body composition, meaning the amount of body fat, the amount of muscle, bones, internal organs, etc. that make up our total body. The two main variables that can help with our body is by changing the white fat into brown fat. And these are topics that I will research. First, we have the exposure to cold temperatures like the Wim Hof method, which I suggest you looking into. And this is something that helps us to change white fat into brown fat. The second variable that we can implement is the consumption of curcumin, which helps us transform white fat into brown fat. And this can be easily implemented and really practical if you can add it into your daily diet and also help you with your digestion. For the protein consumption, and this does not matter whether it's vegetable or animal protein, from the consumed protein, 20 to 25% is going to be used for energy to be able to digest the rest of the protein that you just consume. On top of this process, if we add the change of body temperature that's generated by the consumption of proteins, it will help us to regulate your organism in several different ways. First, it's very difficult that protein excess gets transformed into fats. If a person that consumes lots of protein in their diet, let's say 1,000 calories, which is the amount that the studies show, these people have shown to gain more muscle than fat. While at the same time, another person can be consuming the same amount of excess of calories, but instead these excess of calories are coming from carbohydrates, they will gain more fat. Therefore, if you're going to eat a lot, eat more protein. And if on top of this, we increase your protein intake, you can also gain more muscle mass. You're going to better your metabolism and weight. One of the key factors for a good metabolism are the leptin levels. Leptin is a hormone that normally controls the levels of feeling satisfied after eating a meal, and ghrelin is the hormone that helps you feel hunger. If you don't feel satisfied after eating a meal, you could start to develop metabolic problems, and this is why leptin is necessary. Using fibrous carbohydrates to create the feeling of satisfaction is important while still helping you to break down fats to create energy. One thing to keep in mind is the fact that in order to increase your metabolism, your body will need energy to make this happen. Therefore, my suggestion is to eat the amount that your body needs and not less, because if you eat less, your body won't break down fats for the use of energy. And this is also why one of the biggest errors for people that want to lose weight is to eat less. One of the concepts that I mentioned at the beginning of this video was that your metabolism is determined by your body composition, the amount of muscle mass, the amount of fat, etc. If I don't build muscle, my metabolic rate is not going to improve. It doesn't matter if I'm overweight or not. The metabolic rate will equally be damaged. This is why in general, one of the first things that can help you to lose weight is to do weight training. And this is before you switch to high interval training. And this greatly depends on who you are. But the reason for this is for building muscle is the fact that your body will begin to produce hormones to keep your metabolism working properly. And this is something that we can observe whenever low levels of testosterone are present, both in men and women. And it does not matter if the person is overweight or not. Another factor that's going to help you correct your metabolism is by correcting your circadian rhythm, meaning the hours you sleep. This is very simple and practical example that can help you. And you can either add more hours of sleep, or at the very least, if you can't, you can improve on the hours that you do sleep. And that's by going to bed whenever the sun goes down. And there is more that can be said, but this is as practical as it gets. Another practical example will be to keep the time you wake up and the time you go to sleep a fixed time. And this is to keep your cortisol levels stable. This is important to keep you less stressed and not gain weight from it. Lastly, a great way to kind of be able to push the reset button of your metabolism and start from zero is by doing intermittent fasting. Starting off with 36 hours of fasting is more than enough to trigger physiological effects that are not normally active when a person has a metabolic problem. And we're not talking about just losing weight. We're talking about regulating energy levels, hormone levels, body temperature, reduce the amount of cell damage, and many other benefits. This is why it's important to remember that these tools are not only for a person going through overweight problems. If you have problems with your energy, perhaps it's time for a reset. Make use of these tools, and hope this video helps you in any way. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, leave us a comment, and let us know what else you'd like us to cover. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. See you on the next one. Yeah?
Yeah, go.
Delete it.
This would be a good test video.
That would be good for bloopers, right?